I am Mahima Kharat, the president of the student body. I feel so privileged to extend a warm welcome to everyone present here for the celebration of International English Language Day 2021. Warmest welcome to our guest of honor, Dr. Shubha Acharya. International English Language Day is celebrated on 23rd April, commemorating the contribution of William Shakespeare to the film language.
Mahima, just hold on a minute. I request all of you to please mute yourselves and request whoever is the admin just to ensure that girls are muted. Yeah, thanks, Mahima. Please continue.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Okay. So, International English Language Day is celebrated on 23rd April, commemorating the contribution of William Shakespeare to the field of English literature and language. The day is the result of the 2010 initiative by the United Nations to celebrate multilingualism and cultural diversity. The theme of our college's Language Day this year is Women's Experiences in the Lockdown, with topics ranging from multitasking, multi-managing skills of women during the lockdown, issues of accessibility and lack of privacy, the impact of social distancing on emotional health, and the pros and cons of digital media. Various competitions like read aloud, debate, article, and poetry writing, along with workshops on the art of storytelling and found poetry for both faculty and students have been organized. To commence the events of the day, I would like to introduce our guest of honor, Dr. Shubha Acharya. She is the Associate Professor at Degree College Incharge and Head Department of English at MD Shah Mahila College, Malad. She has done her post-graduation in English from University of Mumbai, B.Ed and PGCPE from English and Foreign Languages University, Hyderabad. She has an experience of 13 years. She has presented papers on English language and literature topics as also quality-related projects. Ma'am, we now request you to please share your insights to set the day in motion. Over to you, Shubha ma'am.
Ma'am, you are on mute currently. Please unmute yourself.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Let me begin by thanking Mahima for the introduction. Good morning to all. Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. We can see you and we can hear you.
Thanks. It is a pleasure to connect with you all via online mode. Amidst these trying times, each one of us is finding ways and means to keep ourselves going, committed to our job. With all the technical hurdles and internet fluctuations, in many educational institutes, the process of education is being handled very meticulously. And this tempts me to call all the students and teachers too as COVID warriors, simply because of their efforts in trying to preserve education. We are preserving the academic year in reality. Teachers are definitely being very innovative in keeping students engaged with a variety of academic and co-curricular activities. Something like an online timetable, webinars, training sessions, online cultural and sports events too. And I think the one that you are having now is an apt example of it. And among all this, the English teacher, who is always on the lookout for different and interesting ways to help students acquire the English language, has indeed found a friend in this online medium. This online medium is definitely very helpful to us. I sincerely feel so. Be it making a very creative, content based PowerPoint presentation, or showing videos and images to add to the content. uh, all this is making the learning experience very, very interesting. Yes, it is a different journey, of course, for the teacher, and I think also for the students, from a classroom setup where we the teacher used to say, students, please maintain silence, or can you hear me. From there it has now from there it has now come to, actually, yes, can you hear me, the question which I asked just now, or is it clear, can you see my screen, or something like that. That is definitely a journey. But yes, we are doing it, everyone is doing it, and we need to do it. That is the bottom line of the state of affairs. The significance of tomorrow, that is 23rd April, when a lot of departments of English, across the country, across the city, across the country, maybe across the world, okay, celebrate the birth and death anniversary of the bard Shakespeare. The significance of the language, English language, comes to the fore. At my college, we offer English literature, and we have a small number of students, around 20 to 25, who opt for English literature. We too have planned a very small event for tomorrow, where our literature students are going to recite sonnets and soliloquies written by Shakespeare. So yes, the birth and death anniversary of Shakespeare will be celebrated for his, I think it is his 457th anniversary. Going back to the significance of English, I am reminded of my experience in my classroom, which I would definitely like to share, and which has, brought into me the reason or purpose of being an English teacher. I think I was yes, I was was fairly new in the field, okay, and around I think only 23 years old when I started, and a student, I should say a very naughty student from Marathi medium, because in SNDT we have all four mediums, and our college too has all four mediums. So a very naughty student stood up and she asked me very bluntly, she asked me, why are we studying English? Why are we supposed to study English? Um, I think all of you know that English is offered at the undergraduate level in arts and commerce throughout the 6 semesters. English, teaching or studying English is looked at as a communicative tool in the job market. Maybe that I gave her a reason about the usefulness of English as a communicative tool in the job market. That must have satisfied her, because consequent to that, she did attend all or most of my lectures, and she graduated with a very good with very good marks in English. But the question remained with me. Yes, why should the student study English? What is my purpose in the English classroom? So it also brought another question to mind: how relevant is English to the students? There are, I think, if you go to the literature written in and around it, there are innumerable discourses on the effectiveness of the language as a link language and so on. But the fact remains that we English teachers, continue to struggle in helping our students acquire the language even after for some 10 or 15 years of school and college education. By this argument, it definitely proves the national education policy right, that education must happen in the mother tongue during the primary years. And if it really is implemented, it will definitely affect the entire education system in India. And of course, we English teachers and those who love English, maybe it might affect us. Yes, closer to home, and in the present scenario, the fact remains that the objectives of a syllabus, which has a combination of literature and language, has to be achieved. That is what we see when we look at the syllabus that the SNDT University has prescribed for, I think, for all courses, arts, commerce, maybe even the home science course. As I have got to know from Anuja, what are the texts that are being taught in the home science classes. Okay, so yes, it is a combination of literature and language. The teacher needs to help students to make it an interesting activity, definitely, and while keeping the learning outcomes, the NAC expectations of learning objectives and learning outcomes, and how to realize it, all those things have to be thought about, okay, and planned in and around that. The student must feel quite empowered. The aim should be that the student must feel empowered after acquiring the listening, speaking, reading, writing skills, which the English course emphasizes. So mm, if I were to look at it, then how does this happen in a classroom situation? That is what we need to look at, and also how to help students enjoy this entire process. That is that is very important and significant. And there lies the an answer to my question of the purpose and the relevance of being an English teacher, and the purpose and relevance of for this of the student to study this subject. Okay. So when given the situation, in the present situation, yes, writing does happen, okay, because all of us have mastered the art of using this technology, sharing the PPTs, going into the creating a Google Classroom, sending assignments and material and quiz and all those things on Google Classroom. Students, some very effortlessly and some with a lot of tutoring, have finally learned the art of uploading their answers on Google Classroom, and it has been quite a learning experience for a lot of students, I suppose. Okay, so yes, writing is happening. Reading, yes, a lot of teachers are sending ebooks. We are sending ebooks, we are sending material, we are sending videos, we are sending a lot of things to students, and yes, based on that, some kind of activity does happen. All those things do happen. Okay, listening, yes, definitely that is happening, but there is a big question mark that when I am teaching in an online mode, how many of the students are actually listening? And yes, there is another question that I think a lot of students: are you sleeping? Are you there? Such kind of questions are being asked by the teacher, definitely. But what I discovered, and it did take a little effort, but something which did really happen was the presentation skills by students in the online mode. Okay, and I would like to share this with you, and I'm going to give some examples from the text that is being taught in your college, which could be something which maybe you are already doing it. I might I do not know, you might be already doing it, but yes, I would like to share it, maybe and add a little bit to your to your resource. That is what I aim. As far as presentation skills are concerned, students in a normal offline class are expected to make presentation. It can be individual presentation using maybe the PowerPoint, okay, making a presentation. I think they are doing it in a number of subjects. They are doing it, but as an English teacher, we are supposed to teach them how to make a perfect PowerPoint presentation and present very well. Okay, that is our contribution to the art of making good presentations. So yes, what I found out from the students is, the first question that I asked them, that will you be comfortable in making presentation? Yeah, there was a lot of hesitation. They said yes, no, and all those things. How is it possible, ma'am? And then finally I said, it's just like our offline presentation, you are going to go ahead with online presentation too. Okay, it is group work. You from 3 to 6 students form one group, right? So the matter, whatever topic is given, has to be divided amongst y'all. Y'all make your individual presentation, send to the leader. She brings it all together, stitches it together. Okay, she shares it on the screen. Half an hour time for one group. Okay, they come half an hour. 3 students or 6 students come at a time. Okay, each one opens her video, makes her presentation. Finally, after the presentation is done, all of them come on the screen and they answer to the questions which is put to them. Okay, and they have to justify whatever what I did was, I gave them a little bold topics. Like one group was given a topic called abortion, and they found out the different types of abortion, causes, the impact of abortion on a woman's life, the statistics, and they even brought in a video, and they told me, ma'am, it is too violent, should we show it or not? They went to that extent. But yes, they made a presentation, and after the presentation, after the analysis was all done, they said that it was a very novel and a very, very interesting experience, because usually it is a content or topic based presentations that the students make. Okay, but as English teachers, we have that liberty to give them a topic where we are looking at how their presentation, okay, how they are presenting. Okay, so it turned out to be a wonderful experience. So topics like joys of living indoors, pandemic, and the topic given was joys of living indoors, and they brought out such wonderful, they brought in their home images, images of family, sitting together, eating together, all that, so it was again a very beautiful experience. There was one topic which was given to them: silence versus sound. Because they study Shashi Deshpande's short story, Can You Hear Silence? Okay, so based on that topic, silence versus sound was given, and the students made such a beautiful presentation on this beautiful nature sounds that could be heard during the pandemic. Yeah, so they say that actually is silence, that is not sound. Okay, the sound, the chirping of the birds, the sound of the wind, they said all that was not sound, that was all silence. They said, why? Because it brought peace to mind. So they are the interpretation of the student, and none of this was explained to them how you do it. It was just open, given to them. Okay, so as an English teacher, I felt that day, that at that moment I really felt relevant, that yes, I am adding to their knowledge. They found those images, and I told them, any image, any video that you get, you have to acknowledge the source. Okay, and so they did that. So the the presentations happened, and I found that all of them were eager to make the presentation. Half an hour was not enough for them. They wanted to go on, they wanted to discuss. Okay, so this is what I definitely wanted to share with you. And since I have looked at the entire list of books that you have in your course, okay, I found that there are some books which are common between the home science and arts commerce students. The short stories, Meeting Pool by Ruskin Bond, in a girls, Pinti Sabun. Okay, and I think Pinti Sabun is a wonderful short story, which of course in an offline mode can be enacted very well. Okay, and we always get our students to enact those stories, so they write the story, they write the dialogue, using a little bit from. But here, what are they going to do? How is it possible? So I thought of a method of intertexting. We teach them letter writing skill, we teach them direct and indirect, we teach them report writing. So I said, fine, okay, there is a race in the Kasbah, Pinti Sabun, there is a race in the Kasbah. So prepare a notice, okay, about the race, which definitely in the Kasbah would be put up in Hindi. But if it was to be put up in English, okay, what are the things that you need to keep in mind, right? The place, the time, the prize that the winner would get, so all those, prepare a report on that. So it is on the same lines as as a teacher would expect from a normal report, a report of the annual day celebration, or I'm sorry, a notice about annual day celebration or something like that. Okay, or maybe the English day celebration. Okay, a notice about the English day celebration. So it is aimed for whom and all those things. So similarly, so it is using the language skill in literature, class. Okay, not specifically literature, but yes, short stories that we are teaching. Okay, using that and making it more relevant, because the students are going to go into the details to find out where is the race being held. Okay, is there any time mentioned over there? Is it for a particular age group? Okay, then what are the prizes? All those things, they are going to look into it, and that gets translated or transferred into the notice that they are going to prepare. Okay, or maybe of course writing a letter. The Haria has won the prize. Okay, so it has to be, the information has to be given maybe to the deputy commissioner or somebody. So write a letter to the deputy commissioner, informing. So using intertexting, that is within the stories, use skills, language skills, use the language skills, and make both interesting, the literary as well as the linguistic experience more interesting. That was what I had aimed at, and that was what I wanted to share with you. This the very thought of having an association adds to this experience. Why? Because having an association is a responsibility, and I think it is definitely going to be a responsibility, as Mala madam said. The entire responsibility is being borne and handled by the students. So you are going to be exposed to a different kind of responsibility that you are going to take up, because an association definitely will have maybe a president, a secretary, somebody who's going to write the minutes when all the students come together, how to handle things, okay, how to plan things and plan very well beforehand, all those things, that is also an experience that the teacher is creating, an opportunity that the teacher is creating for the students, definitely. So as teachers of English, what are we doing? We are only sharpening the skills of the students, be it listening, writing, speaking, the different skills are being sharpened, and opportunities created for students to actively make use of it. And I think this association is going to be yes, bring in a lot of excitement in the students as well as the teachers, because the teachers are going to look forward to what the students are going to think of next time. Okay, so definitely I would like to first congratulate and wish you all well for the association that you have planned. Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for that hearty address. We could so relate to things that you were saying. And when you spoke about those small stories that we have done before, this reminded me of my first year when Mala ma'am used to teach us those stories. It was really nice. Anyways, thank you so much. Moving ahead, this day is additionally special to us as we launch our students' newsletter and inaugurate our first ever association, an initiative to promote language and literary endeavors in students and faculty members who find delight in expressing themselves. I now invite our dear principal and head of the English department, Dr. Mala Pandurang, to introduce the initiative and to share her insights. Mala ma'am, over to you.
Thank you, Mahima, and a very good morning, especially to our chief guest, Dr. Shubha. Thank you, Shubha ma'am, for your very effective address put across so lucidly and with examples that we can all relate to. Good morning also to Mrs. Anuradha Shekar, our vice principal, and staff members who have joined in, and of course, all our dear students. Before we go ahead and actually inaugurate the event in the newsletter, I'd just like to share a few words with you to take up with what Dr. Shubha has just expressed. I would like to share a small poem that I read over the internet. It is by Mary O'Neill, and it appears in a textbook meant for sixth grade students. Mary O'Neill writes, "Words are the food and dress of thought. They give its body and swing, and everyone's longing today to hear some fresh and beautiful things. But only words can free a thought from its prison behind your eyes. But only words can free a thought from its prison behind your eyes. And maybe your mind is holding now a marvelous new surprise." I think this poem beautifully summarizes the beauty and the power of language, which is unlimited. While the alphabet consists of sounds, which put together makes vibrations, and alphabets become letters, and letters become words, and words strung together make language. And with the help of words, our thoughts and feeling become reality. And as someone rightly put it, language and words gives us the privilege of speaking to one another's souls. The idea of having an English association is therefore a very important step in creating interest and encouraging activities wherein you as students will learn the craft and the skill of putting words together, making your own language, and therefore exercising the power of thought and expression. I'm sure you've heard the phrase that the pen is always mightier than the sword. In order to be empowered, you need to have language. And therefore, I applaud the initiative that a group of proactive students have taken to form the English Association and launch the first college bulletin exclusively produced by them. It is a testimony to their creativity, technical competence, teamwork, and dedication. We are a home science institution, and therefore we do not have literature or English for all the 6 semesters. And yet our students from science and computer science background have proved themselves no less when it comes to weaving magic with words. The initiative, I think, is all the more laudable because it has happened during the lockdown, wherein all our activities have been online. Very important activity has been the Novel Idea Book Club, which has seen a very encouraging increase in student membership over the last 1 year. And we've had discussions over a wide range of topic and with very eminent resource persons moderating the same. And it is from this initiative of the book club that the team conceptualized the idea of a BMN bulletin produced and managed exclusively by students. Hats off to the editorial team of Reena Poptani, Gauri Pille, Sakshi Matre, Sejal Hatiskar, Ayushi Mandana, Kunika Sonkusari, and Sadia Darvesh. And I think what is really remarkable is that this is a team of students across all programs. We have MSc, BSc, BCA, we have seniors and juniors. I hope this will be motivation for other students who are attending today to join the association and also to be part of this very exciting initiative. Special mention to our faculty, Mrs. Huda Said and Mrs. Mary Saliat, for overseeing the production of the newsletter, and also to Ms. Melina and Ms. Anuja for all the support extended from the English department. Let this be the beginning of a wonderful way of presenting the activities of Dr. BMN to all those within and without, within and outside our campus. Thank you, Mahila.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for always encouraging and motivating us. I now invite the person who has been the constant guiding light for the English Association, our teacher in charge, Ms. Huda Sayed, to say a few words. Huda ma'am, over to you.
Thank you, Mahima. Good morning, everyone. I'm filled with joy to share my thoughts with you all today. I think all the teachers will agree with me that one of the sites that a teacher finds meaning in is that of a classroom full of faces peering at you with curiosity, anticipation, and warmth. In recent times, we've been devoid of that sight, often finding the process of teaching learning daunting. While we faced a screen with icons, and on good days, happy faces too. Expressing and interacting with one another has become all the more necessary now. The English Language Day initiative is the combined effort of the teachers who teach English at Dr. BMN, and to engage our students in activities beyond their curriculum to encourage oral and written communication. But this would not be possible without the teamwork of our students, the committee, the office bearers of the English Association now. I'm often humbled by their dedication and resilience. I want to especially appreciate the efforts of our first year students who have shown so much love and support to the various online literary initiatives that the student committee has organized so far this year. Thank you for making it so worthwhile and rewarding. Last but not the least, a big thank you to all the faculty members for supporting us and joining us today. It's indeed an honor to share this journey with you all.
Thank you so much, Huda ma'am. Like I introduced her, she has been the constant guiding light. Well, she has been guiding us through all. So thank you so much, Huda ma'am. Now, moving forward, I request our guest of honor, Dr. Shubha Acharya, and our principal, Dr. Mala Pandurang, to please inaugurate the English Association and the newsletter and declare the event open.
Dr. Shubha, it's your privilege, I think, as our main guest. Can you please declare the event open?
Yes, it gives me great pleasure to declare the event open, and I must congratulate the students for coming up with this idea of a BMN bulletin. It will require a lot of efforts, and I'm sure they have the inspiration, inspiring forces in the college, and a determination and enthusiasm too. Congratulations to you all, and I declare it open.
Yes, congratulations to everybody. I think you deserve a round of applause.
Yeah, congratulations to everybody. Well, From the start, we've all been talking about English Association, the newsletter, and we are just talking about it. Now it's time to meet the team behind this association. So let's have a look at the team behind the English Association.
Editorial committee. The name itself reflects responsibility. We never thought that our inclination towards reading, writing, collecting articles, and editing would help us turn into student editors for our very first college newsletter, BMN Bulletin.
We read newspapers, newsletters to keep ourselves updated almost daily, but making one was a whole new and enriching experience. Working for the newsletter has been a wonderful journey for each one of us, and we are proud to say that BMN College has its own newsletter now.
Throughout the process, we learned that everything is possible and that there is always scope for improvement. At every step, we tried to put our best efforts and leave no stone unturned.
Especially in COVID scenario, where meeting physically is quite difficult and also being in touch with each other is quite challenging. But everything went well because of a team's high spirit.
BMN Bulletin wouldn't have been possible without consistent teamwork, constant support, and encouragement by each member. Brainstorming ideas and actually making something out of it requires efforts from all.
It is always a fun learning experience to do something beyond the academics, and this newsletter has enhanced our creativity and inculcated a sense of responsibility within us, which comes only from getting out of the comfort zone.
We would like to thank our respected principal, Dr. Professor Mala Pandurang ma'am, for bringing up the idea of starting a college newsletter and trusting us students to take up this responsibility.
We are utterly grateful to our teachers, Huda ma'am and Mary ma'am, for your constant guidance throughout and their support for creating this newsletter for you.
We are also thankful to all the committees of the college for constantly conducting events and keeping an amazing record of it. This has helped us to formulate the newsletter in such a way that each committee is recognized.
Most importantly, we are glad to have so many students who made an active attempt to contribute their work to the very first edition of our newsletter.
So it is a universal fact that we keep ourselves updated through the social media, but BMN Bulletin is a sincere effort to bring back the essence of newsletters.
If you want to gain art inspiration, read a poem in your leisure or some light reading from an article. We have got everything in one place for you. The BMN Bulletin would be your go-to read, as it is by the students, for the students, and of the students of BMN.
We wish that you enjoy reading this newsletter. Let us know what you liked best from the first edition. We are excited for your feedback and would love to know what you feel.
For contributing to the next edition of the college newsletter, get in touch with us at magazine@bmncollege.com. We shall see you at the end of another eventful semester. Till then, goodbye.
Wow, can we please all give a big round of applause to the entire team of the editorial committee? Indeed, that was beautiful, and the initiative would be impossible without this team. I now call upon the president of the editorial committee, Ms. Reena Poptani from MSc CND Part 2, to share her experience with us. Reena, over to you.
Thank you, Mahima. So, a very good morning to all my respected teachers and my dear friends. I am Reena Poptani from MSc CND Part 2. My address is largely directed to all our fellow students. While I do that, we present to you glimpses from our newsletter. The BMN Bulletin is a product of all our ideas put into action while we dealt with the pandemic away from college. I'm glad that we could contribute to our institute in this small way. But the newsletter is just a beginning, as we now embark on a newer horizon with the inauguration of the English Association today. This literary initiative is a dream that has come true, a dream of our beloved principal, Mala ma'am. With constant support of teachers, Huda ma'am and Mary ma'am, we strive to make it a reality. We recognize the lockdown as an opportunity to realize our potential. Our determination to bring the newsletter alive became an exciting motivation since the last few months. It's a delight to say that with each step, we have built a wonderful team of junior and senior students. Every member has played a significant role in bringing together the BMN bulletin. It's not just a collection of words, but a collection of numerous stories and thoughts of people associated with our college, which proves that no matter how far we are from college, BMN shall always remain in our hearts. Our teachers have always motivated us to participate in extracurricular activities. I have always enjoyed taking part in literary events. I strongly believe that college years is a time to explore different skills and to learn all that you can. This is what motivates me to work beyond the academics. Because if not now, then when? We need to realize that the lockdown does not mean being under locks, but moreover, opening our minds to new adventures and considering the possibility of turning ideas into reality. Never forgetting to put our whole heart into whatever we do. With this thought, I would like to motivate each one of you to join us in our community and in our journey. It's an exciting one, I promise. Thank you once again. Have a great day ahead.
Very well said,
Thank you
Reena.
so
If not now, then when? Exactly.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Reena, and thank you, ma'am, as well. It's an honor to offer a vote of thanks on the occasion of International English Language Day
Just
inauguration of our college.
before you offer the vote of thanks, I just would like to say the kind of pride that is surging through me to see the effort that you've put in, the way that you girls have worked independently, the technical know-how in terms of technology. I don't think teachers ourselves would have been able to put together something like this so creatively and so well presented. And I think I speak on behalf of all the teachers, girls, when we say hats off to you. Well done. And I'm sure you will be an inspiration to all the others who are watching this. And once they see your newsletter, I'm sure everybody will want to come on board. So well done to all of you.
We are all indeed encouraged and already motivated to be part of this association. So yeah, moving forward, it's an honor to offer the vote of thanks on the occasion of International English Language Day inauguration of our college. On behalf of my college and the entire management group here, I am very hearty gratitude to all the audience for your presence. Respected chief guest, Dr. Shubha Acharya, our principal, Dr. Mala Pandurang, and Huda ma'am for sharing their graceful words with us. Special thanks to the secretary of the editorial committee, Ms. Gauri Pillai, for making the engaging presentation. I'm sure you all liked it. And thank you so much for being here. We now move ahead with our next event, which is the art of storytelling. We look forward to seeing you there. The Zoom link is on the flyer and in the comment box. Thank you so much for joining us and have a great day ahead. Thank you.
And just to let everybody know, the official release of the newsletter, the link is shared with you. It's available on our website. And so please go to the link and enjoy reading it. Thank you so much, everybody. And thank you, Dr. Shubha.
Thank you, Dr. Mala Pandurang. And
congratulations,
thanks
girls.
to Anuja.
Thank you very much, everyone. Lovely time.
Absolutely. Did a brilliant job.
Yes, amazing activity.
Amazing.
And such a lovely presentation also.
To
Thank
join
you,
the
ma'am.
English Association, the registration link has been put up in the chat box. So students, you can click the link and join it.
Reena, can you put it up on the novel idea on our book club also?
Yes, ma'am. It will be circulated in all the class groups as well.
Okay, because then for the junior college, I can use that link if you send it there.
Yes, ma'am. Sure.